TinkerCAD tips. Let's do another keychain here, and in this case we're going to do this Dodge Demon keychain. This one we're going to do a little bit differently in that each of the colors, the red, white, and black, will be separate STLs, so that when we export this as an OBJ, we should be able to bring it like into Bamboo Slicer and print these as 3 separate colors. Now note on this too, if we look down the side of it, this is all flush, there's nothing raised, and I have the same image on the back side of it, so it'll be double-sided. Here I have a duplicate of that, and I can show you here. If I click on the red portion of it, I can drag that up. You can see the top part of it. From underneath, there's the back side of it. Same with the black. All the black parts are one STL. See there? Bring that out of the way. And then, of course, we have the white part, and those are actually inset on both sides. And there's even kind of a gap here for the outline of the fob itself, so that you can print in between that. So let me show you how this is made. Let's quickly jump over to Google and try to find some good images of this. All right, here we are in Google Images, and I've done a search on Dodge Demon logo. Let's find a good one here. Let's just start with this part of it. We want to do this as separate. That's a pretty good image, nice and crisp. I'm going to right-click on that. Save image as. This one happens to be, WebP, we don't like that one. Let's try this one here. Nope, this one. Let's make sure this is a JPEG. Well, that's a ping. That'll work. We can convert that, so we'll save that to our folder. Now let's find one where the lettering should be usable. That would be this one here. Now in this one, I'm not going to use the demon part of it because you can see a bit of a gradient there, but I do want to use the lettering part of it. So let's right-click on this one. Save image as. We'll just call it Dodge.jpg. There we go. All right, let's jump over and let's first convert our demon image into an SVG. For that, I like to use convertio.co. Choose Files. There's our ping logo. Click on that. We want to change this to an image that is an SVG. We'll click Convert. Once it's converted, I'm going to click on Download. Called Dodge Demon Logo.svg. Let's save that. All right, now we need to handle the text part of it. For that, we're going to go back to this site. We've used this before. Pinger JPEG to SVG. Choose File. There's our JPEG with the text in it. Scroll down a bit. There we go. And for this, we want to be selecting off, let's try 3 colors. Whoops, let's make that 3. So we have the black portion of it. We have the red portion. And then we have the white portion. We'll click Generate. Once it's generated, it should look like this. And we're going to scroll down here to where we find this part. We want this cut SVG that's been separated into different colors. So I'm going to download that cut SVG to our same folder. This is called Image to Vector Split. We're going to save that. Now we're going to go over to Inkscape. Let's open that in Inkscape. We're going to click Open. There's our split. Okay, we're going to click on up here, layers and objects. So we have layers here. We're going to expand this. Path 2, that's the white part. We don't want that. Path 1, that's the red part. We want that. We're going to click on File, Export. We're going to make sure Export Selected Only is checked. We're going to click here. We're going to call it Red, and we want to make sure to change this to plain SVG. Save that. Go back to our layers. We're going to click that one, which is the black part, and we'll eventually get rid of this. We don't need this part of it. We're going to go back to our export, Export Selected Only. Click there. We're going to say black, plain SVG. All right, let's jump back over to TinkerCAD. Here we are back in TinkerCAD. Zoom out a bit. Let's start bringing in some of our source material here. Click on Import, choose a file. There's our original logo, just the demon image. SVG. We need to reduce the size of this. Let's bring this down to, let's say, 250 width for now. We'll click on just Art, Import, and we'll go ahead and resize this once it comes in. There's our imported file. Ooh, that's super large. That's okay, we can fix this. I'm going to hold down the Shift key. We're going to resize this, making it smaller and smaller. Let's go ahead and change that to black. Because it's an SVG, let's change the quality here to make it the most crisp possible. Okay, now let's bring in our lettering, and we'll have to do some fixing on those. Import, choose a file. Let's bring in the black part first. And we'll just call this 50% for now. Actually, let's make it 25%, a little smaller. All right, there's our black part of this. Let's go ahead and make it black. Here we go. And because it's an SVG, let's increase the quality here. We always want to do that. Okay, now the one thing that we want to do is we don't need this part of it. We're going to go ahead and take that out. And by golly, let's use the sketch tool for that. Let's drop the sketch tool down here. We'll come out here, and we're just going to use the straight line. We'll just cut around this face shape. Click Finish Sketch. Turn that into a hole. D to drop it to the work plane. Then we'll go ahead and select the two of those and group them. And there we have the black part of the lettering. Let's quickly do the red part. Import. Choose a file. Red. Let's do that 25%. Import. And there's the red portion of it there. Let's go ahead and increase the quality of this. We're going to have to go to a part 2, so like, follow, and share. Be watching for part 2, and you'll see here that I've got some little tiny bits that we're going to have to clean up out of here, and I'll show you how we're going to do that with the sketch pad as well. Like, follow, and share. See you on the next one.